Hey, what's the crack? You're all very welcome to Buckshot for Friday the 15th of March 2019. How Christian are ye? It's almost St. Patrick's Day. Are you excited? Are we what? I mean, every day is St. Patrick's Day in Ireland, isn't it? It's just exciting times. Everybody's going to get fucked up. I'm on my way to Clarny for Sunday for one of those bingo locos. People were asking me what venue's in. It may be sold out. I don't know. It's called Venue 15. Have a go at it. If it's not sold out, get yourself along. Welcome. You're all very, very welcome. Gigs this week, I'll be obviously there, but as you listen to this, I'll be in Kavanagh's tonight with Emma Doran and Mark Doheny. And let me just fucking check for you. 1 second. Next Wednesday I'll be in Anshaw, and Thursday I will be in Pug Uglies in Belfast. And sure, I'll be talking to you again before now and then, so don't stress too much about it. As you will listen to this, like I said, it's Friday, but the people on Patreon are listening to this on Thursday because you're getting early release because you know what? Because you deserve it. You're getting early release. This is Thursday, so I'm getting so organised, lads. I'm so fucking ahead of myself. Like that. If you want to get on with Patreon, it's minimum $3 a month, and you get stuff like that: early access, ad free. You get the Tom and Jerry back catalogue. And once I have now figured out how to do the fucking live filming, we'll be doing live streaming on Tuesdays for the Ramble Pod, and Patreons can jump on and fucking have the crack with me on that one, shooting me actual questions and whatnot in real time. Also, there's a T Republic shop too if you want to get the logos put on whatever in the Christ you want, notepads, my face on a fucking pillow if that's your thing. It all helps to go towards hosting of the podcast. That's it for the gigs. That's it for my chit chat. I'm going to get out of your way now because I'm very excited about today's guest. Today, I've gigged with this man since the day dot, really. He is, again, another one of the Northern lads just doing a brilliant, brilliant job and just succeeding at stand-up. And it's fucking brilliant to see it. We lived together for a while in Edinburgh and everything. Just the stories. There's a couple of cracking stories to this one. We did it upstairs in one of the offices in the Limelight. With the noisiest police car in the history of police cars past the window, the thin window. I mean, the window is it's barely glass at all. It's just a figment of imagination how thin that glass is. So there's a period there I couldn't get it out of it, and Shane was right in the middle of a story. So it's there. You'll hear it right at that point. So don't worry too much about it. It's not the whole way through. It's just one little section in it. There was no editing that out. So do you know what? Enjoy the stories. Sit back, relax with the very, very, very funny Shane Todd. Shane Todd, we're on the coffees. We've gone stone mad. We're on the coffees.
As I just told you, this is the fourth coffee I've ever had in my life.
I'm so honoured. This is like...
Yeah. Get married, got a house, feel like, you almost get like a starter pack of a fleece, coffee, and being dead behind the eyes.
Yeah, and you've got comfortable shoes on, but they're a bit snazzy for a married man. Like,
yeah.
What I mean? When are you going to move on to Skechers or something like that?
No, but that's more married man to have shoes that are snazzy. You know what I mean? Because I've made a point of going, I better get some cool shoes.
Congratulations too. I don't think I may have congratulated you by text and shoes and for your marriage. Well done.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
Good on you. Like is that nearly all of us now? But Mickey has to get his shit together.
Yeah.
Wait, does he continue? Is he still with a woman? Or?
He is.
Oh,
he is. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird that you don't think about that when everybody was single and even like in relationships. It almost feels like the blink of an eye now. Everyone's married. All our friends, all the other stand-ups are married, and suddenly it's like, we're going to like gigs and maybe not a lot of the club shows, but some of the bigger type gigs. Everyone's there with their wives. Yeah. It's a totally, totally different dynamic.
It is, but you know what? It's grand that we're all doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now it doesn't feel as weird.
Just one married guy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know the fella that gets married at like 22 or something.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Jesus Christ almighty.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, it's changed absolutely nothing.
It does.
It's cool. Like, I didn't think... Like when I was younger, I was like, I don't think I could ever get excited. I always probably wanted to get married at some point, but not excited for marriage. But it is actually it isn't in keeping with stand-up material, but it's very cool to be married. But of course, you can't say that on stage.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. No, nobody wants to hear you're having a good time. Like, nobody wants to hear you're having a good time. Because and it is. It's got this new phase in life. I don't know. Like, how many months are you married?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Right. We're coming up in 2 years.
Okay.
And it just still feels as cool.
Is there a thing though of like, because people say relationships, being boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, changes after about the 2-3 year mark? So you noticing any difference? Am I married that long?
No.
Or is it you just think it's a continuation of the relationship?
I think it's if you stay out from under each other's feet. If you both are busy people, I think that's the fucking key. Now we're 16 weeks expecting a child.
Are you?
Yeah.
Congrats!
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I didn't make a big Facebook. I don't know what to do. Like, so I'm just telling friends as I meet them. Like,
I don't think they're going to let you have it until you do that.
Yeah.
The hospital need you to. They'll need you to put up.
I saw a sign on the wall. I didn't stop to read it.
You've got to get. I think it's over 60 likes.
Is it?
And then they'll bring the baby out. Yeah. I know friends that have had 59 and they've just got to keep pushing them back.
I got 60 likes for a quite funny tweet the other day, so maybe.
Oh, happy days.
Yeah, so that's a good good starter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure there is a status to actually click. Attending the movies, or we're attending a pregnancy, or something.
Yes, yeah.
So, but I think the trick is stay the fuck out of each other's way.
I think so. People work differently. I know people that are married that the trick for them is to live in each other's pockets, but I'm the same as you in that. Well, that's always the way it's been for us. My wife's a teacher, so she's just busy all the time.
All day, all the time.
Yeah, and she's sort of her job's during the day, and my job kind of is at night.
Yeah.
So some nights we can be like, like passing ships or whatever, but ordinarily it suits us really well.
Yeah, I think it's a healthy thing because you still get excited. You're like, hey, didn't see us since Thursday.
You forget the name and stuff.
Right. No, but that's why we have tags in our house. You know what I mean?
But yeah, it's I don't know. I definitely feel slightly more grown up.
Yes. You look at too, to be fair, that moustache you're wearing is fucking quality. It's quality.
Well, wearing is the word, because I could just rip this off. This is fake. This is totally fake. Again, just another old guy thing I'm trying on. But yeah, I think I definitely feel a wee bit more grown up.
It's a kind of a handy mental fallback, isn't it? Because you're like, oh yeah, I'm not out there, trying to chat upwards. And I'm not, it's kind of like, oh, that situation's been taken care of now. You
waste so much energy doing that, and it's good. Like those really were great times whenever I was back in the day, and you were out and you were making an idiot of yourself and trying to chat to girls and stuff. But it's almost like whenever that is done, then you have all this energy for other stuff.
Exactly.
And if you put that in the stand-up, there definitely was a correlation with me of, okay, I know what I want. This is the girl that I want to be with and spend my life with, and we'll do the house thing. Once that's taken care of, my stand-up definitely got better.
Yeah, of course.
Think, yeah.
Yeah, of course it fucking does. You can actually dedicate some time. You look like such a fucking... Shane is drinking an espresso cup of coffee. That's just so...
I just don't know any other kind to ask for, so I just said that.
I typically, but that girl that we went into that was in the shop just there, she didn't look... To explain, myself and Shane went into a Nero, and we went in, the girl was just mopping the floor.
It's like 5 to 6. I think they closed.
But there was other people in there. She hadn't told anybody to fuck off. It didn't look like she was flipping the sign on the door. She's mopping the floor, and she just looked at the two of us like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah. I said, "You still open?" And she went, "Yes." And that was it. But that for Belfast, that's good customer service. I'll be giving her 5 stars from TripAdvisor after this. That genuinely is good. I don't know. I can't handle bad customer service. Can't hack it at all.
I've actually withered podcast listeners' ears with how
do you deal with it? Because I overdo it then. I go the other way.
Overdo it.
I go the other way.
Smother them with kindness then.
I'll say
just to freak them out. You have a lovely day.
All I'd like to say, you're a star.
Oh, that's a great one.
You're a star.
Because clearly they're not. The irony that's involved in that.
Yeah.
Do you know what the customer service is amazing? Limerick.
Is that right?
Unbelievable. The level
just good people.
Good people, but I think it's a standard,
right.
And because it was a city that probably got a bit of a bad rap back in the day, I think there's overreaching a small bit, in that they're absolutely no problem.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Everything is like there can be almost go to a point of over familiarity too, But
I don't mind that.
No, but I genuinely think the best customer service I've gotten is in Limerick. In all the restaurants, everything. It just seems to be a level of, can I do more for you? I would like to.
And I would imagine that it's normally a sign that they're all getting well paid or something. Something's up. Or
Yes,
somebody at the
yeah,
top
yeah,
is a
yeah.
sound skin. You know, something.
Yeah.
It seems to be general enough that any place I've had meals out or even coffee shops, there seems to be an extra kind of level of, you know, we really appreciate your custom.
Yes.
You know, you come away going...
I think my town's a bit like that as well. It's only like a couple of miles away
Hollywood.
from Belfast from here, but yeah, I think just friendly people. Belfast is like that too. Belfast sort of,
I find Belfast
you get
friendly.
someone like that. It is a friendly place. It is.
Because it's not huge, you see. I think there's still, like, as cities go, it's not a massive city. Like,
Oh no, you can walk any. Like, I don't know how. Well, you're here quite a lot, but I don't know how well you know the city centre. But like, you could park where you park there and gig pretty much walk to anywhere. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing about it.
That was the thing. I was going to pull in, like, the traffic was a bit hairy. I was going to pull in and just walk over to it, but I said, no, I'll keep going. And by total fluke, podcast listeners, I got left out in traffic by none other than Shane Todd.
Yeah.
Driving pretty much the exact same car.
Can we say what car it is? Or
Oh yeah, it's the comedian's favourite. It's
Lamborghini.
the Volkswagen. It's the Lamborghini.
No, it's a Lamborghini.
Actually,
I've told people.
Volkswagen own Lamborghini.
Is that true?
They do, yeah. They own Audi, who now builds Lamborghinis.
I'm looking out of the Passat game.
Are you looking to get out of it?
Don't like it.
I'm kind of done with mine too.
Don't like it. At the same time, if anybody's listening from any dealership in Belfast, I'll get back in it if you want to hook me up. Do you know I had a car? Do we know each other when this happened? So I was doing a video for like a local Peugeot dealership, and I was driving a
you had a
shitty
sponsored
Peugeot
car,
at the
had you?
time. Yes. And I, as a joke, said, and I wasn't like fishing. I would never be awkward enough to do that. But the guy went, "Is that your car?" When we were driving back into the dealership after shooting the video, and I said, "Yeah." I went, "Do you want to can I just drive this one home?" And he went, "Nah, but I'll get you a similar one."
Say what?
And I had it for they just gave me a car for like it was 10 months, and it said on the back of it, they got like signage on the back of it to say
Proudly sponsored by your...
proudly sponsor Shane Todd. Now, living in a small town like I do, it was a challenge for my mates anytime they saw it to get a photo with it of them giving me the finger, them giving the car the finger. But I genuinely thought, and I get roasted by our mutual comedian friends about this all the time. I was like, oh, I just get this now. You know, in my head, I went, well, I didn't sell. I took the shitty Peugeot I was driving to a scrapyard, got 70 quid for it, which was a good deal for me.
Okay, yeah.
And I said to myself, I'm never going to have to buy another car in my life. And after the 10 months, I gave them a bit of a text, like a couple of weeks before the deal was going to end, you know, saying like, you know, thinking they would say, I was basically going to go, send me a brochure and let's see what options we've got. And they went, give us the car back. And I said, to be replaced with what? And they said, nah, just give us the car back. So I had to buy a car, and it's probably not a funny story. I was speaking to a guy from a Lexus dealership in the same place, and he was mad keen. He was like, "We'll maybe look at an ambassador thing. Can you do some videos, some gigs for us?" And then I remember being on a train because I had no car, and I saw him ringing, and I said to myself, "This is the last time I'm getting the train." I remember looking around at everybody in the train, being like, "You poor buggers, I'm getting out of here," and
pure Belfast,
very loud scooter
that
going
is
past.
The thinnest window of all, double glazing window of all time.
So the guy from Lexus phoned, and I was like, happy days, I'm literally going to get a taxi to go and pick up this Lexus for free. And he just said, the deal sort of didn't work out, but I want to give you a Lexus anyway. And he went, he goes, I'm just going to give you it. All you need to do is give us and it was something like $3,000 a month.
What?
He was basically telling me he was going to save me 50 quid off a 28 grand Lexus. And I looked around the train and looked at my wallet and said, can I phone you back? I have to ring my bank manager. And then I just never phoned him back.
So he essentially wanted to sell you a car on hire purchase.
Yeah.
Okay, and he was going to do you a twist of, oh my good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Carl Spain, and there was talks. He was doing one with Renault or Dacia or something to have a cutout of him in the whatchamacallit. It's like, and I was talking with one of the dealership.
It's a lot of cardboard.
Yeah, and he came to the show and he was like, "Geez, we'll have to fix you up." I says, "For what?" And I says, "This will tell you how much." I like talk about cutting your nose off just for a joke. I'm like, he says, "We just put a cutout on me," and I did something like that. I talked about it was a lot of cardboard. Sure, wouldn't I be a nicer fucking edition? Thinking that they were at least Renault or Peugeot. And he says, "We sort you out with like a Dacia." I went, "Fucking Dacia."
You turned it down.
You can fuck. The fuck do you think I am? And your man kind of looked at me, and I wanted him to laugh because I'm like, this is a joke. We could talk about it in a minute, like, because there's a few people around. This is a funny thing. And your man totally didn't buy it. He was like, oh. He just fucking. I will never meet that man again. I hope I never do, because it's just like,
oh no.
Yeah. I totally would have taken a free Dacia.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would have taken it as well to store stuff in. But I always... Carl's Payne's done this gig that you're doing tonight in the Limelight, and I've done the Roisin a few times. And we all, like, sometimes I've MC'd, brought him on, and vice versa. And we always just have done this thing, I don't know how it started, of like slagging each other off.
Oh, that's Carl.
On the handover.
Yeah.
And it's great. Like, if you didn't know us, you'd probably go, those guys do not like each other. But I love him. I think he's excellent. Just a great comedian, a great guy. And last time I was down to the Roisin, I was literally driving down to Galway for like 3.5 hours thinking of insults and roasts. Yeah. And I was like, right, I had one in my head. And I was like, this is it. This is going to kill. And then he was getting ready to bring me on, and he just gave me like a nice introduction. And I was fuming. Because if I had said it, people would have been like, that's bullying. I think he's the best MC in Ireland. Yeah,
I really, really enjoy coming on.
Good.
Like his most frequent version. I was in the Roisin a couple of weeks ago. He gave me a fucking torrid time, like a good 3 minutes of slagging me off. And I quite literally went on stage and went, Carl's Payne, everybody. Yeah. Disappointing. I just held it there for like 10 feet, and it just really soaked so sore. Yeah. You know, you can see him going, come on, you fucker. Yeah. Like, no, Carl, that's all for you. See, you hear that silence?
Yeah,
that's yours. You know, and I think there was a few people in there that nearly come now to the Tom and Carl roasts because we were in Panto together.
Oh,
that was the thing. Like that's how we first got into it. Then Carl wasn't asked back.
Can I just very quickly say, no, you weren't, just in case anybody's
I'm delighted you did, because I actually have somebody wins a tenner on the podcast every time somebody says that.
Oh, nice.
Panto, yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, he really had to go at me the last night because there's a play that I'm after being cast in that he was also auditioning for and didn't get. So, and now I'm also hosting the University Concert Hall Comedy Club as well in Limerick. So I'm basically trying to steal Limerick.
Can I come do that?
Yeah, of course you can.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's only for good comedians. Like, so you're grand.
Yeah.
It is a great gig, and Carol's. But I said, you took Dolan's. Dolan's is yours. I get the University Concert Hall, so you know.
Yeah.
He's like, you motherfucker.
I was supposed to do that gig, but I couldn't.
Which, the Dolan's one?
Yeah.
It's a lovely, lovely gig.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Yeah, Dolan's. It's. I think like Kevin Healy has tied the three together, hasn't he? Like, you know, the Dolan's his own place and here.
The way it works here, to my knowledge, with this gig is like he books headliners for Roisin and for Dolan's, and then he sort of like will offer them to the comedy club here.
Yeah. And
depending on if you know, they've got space, they'll go, oh yeah, let's have that guy in or that girl in. So it's kind of like a casual agreement, you know, a gentleman's agreement type.
But it's
thing.
great to make a circuit of it. You know what I mean? Because Ireland badly needed it, didn't it? Like, you know, there needs to be a circuit of some sort.
Just needed to be. I don't know loads about the scene down south. I'm starting to. Like, I went down and did a gig in Cork.
Oh yeah,
weeks ago, the Wonky Donkey.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have a good one.
I haven't done it. I don't think the lads like me there, so it's
all good. I no easy way of saying this. I pissed myself on the way down.
You actually pissed yourself?
Yeah, first time as an adult ever. Possibly the first time since child. In fact, yeah, the first time since child age.
It's the first time ever on the podcast, and we're only 16 minutes in.
That someone said
that anybody's ever pissed sober. Clearly,
oh
driving.
Yeah.
What happened?
Driving down.
What happened? Does one leave go of piss?
Driving down by myself. There was roadworks near Kildare, so like half an hour before Kildare Village. So I'm drinking loads of water on the way down, and just a new turned 30, start drinking water. So I've started drinking loads of water, and I thought, I need a piss here, and I mean the traffic's not moving.
No,
so I'm there for 30-40 minutes, and I'm not really moving. Here's the thing. I drive past a garage. Now, it's not a services turn-off. It's literally just a garage at the side of the road.
Yeah.
I drove past it, and in my head went, there's a nice garage. That would be a great place to stop. I was past it before the thought had got to the other side of my brain.
Right up.
So I thought, all right, there's going to be a proper turn-off. And I could see it, but I was in traffic, and I was like, I just need to piss. Finally got turned off. There was a Lidl. I had to take my seatbelt off because it was digging into me a bit. and I just drove as fast as I could to it. Got in, no customer toilets, nobody about to sort of get into the staff area.
Oh my God.
So I got back in my car.
I feel the pressure here right now.
Back into my car, I was like, "Well, I'm gonna piss.
Yeah, it's
I'm
happening.
gonna piss, and if I need to, I'll play the Crohn's disease card." But that has nothing to do with pissing.
No.
But I feel like if I say it, it'll stop anyone.
Yeah, because nobody knows anything about Crohn's disease.
I actually don't. I say this on my podcast all the time. I genuinely don't. I have it, but I don't really know what it is.
Keeps it mysterious, doesn't it?
I'm getting I was telling you on our way getting coffee there that I'm getting this drug at the minute, like through an IV drip every couple of months. I don't know what the drug's called, and I don't know what it does. And I turned up the hospital from a second dose of it yesterday, and the receptionist went, "What are you here for?" And I said, "I don't know." So I needed. I should find out. I should find out, but I needed to piss.
You should. This could be estrogen or something. Like what I'm saying, you could end up with gorgeous tits. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, imagine if I would be so hot.
You are a little cutie to start with, like, you know what I mean? So if you had a bang,
I'm versatile gender wise. I think.
Oh yeah,
facially.
yeah.
So that's why I'm growing this shit moustache. So I need
any proper lesbian.
So I was like, I'm gonna piss here. I'm just gonna piss. Should have just gone into the bushes beside the car park and done it, but it was middle of the day, so I didn't.
Plus, you went to probably a nice school too, did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saw a Starbucks cup in my car in the middle bit, a big cup.
Volume-wise, that should be the same thing. You know what I mean? Coming out. Oh no, you drank water as well. So yeah.
Drank a lot of water. Yeah. No, I've never pissed into a cup before. So what I do is, I take.
Have you gotten to 30 and never pissed into a cup before?
I take just my dick out, right?
Yeah.
Wrong move with hindsight.
Oh, you got to take it all. Like
exactly.
all the junk's got to come out.
Exactly. I didn't value the balls enough in this situation.
I'm with you.
So I just take the dick out.
Yeah.
Now I get the cup.
Are you in the driver's seat?
Yes, I'm flustered. And if I hadn't been, it would have been dead on.
Of course.
But I'm clumsy. You know what I mean?
Get you. Yeah.
So, and then I start going. Now that I'm 30, it totally changes everything of being a guy in a car park with his dick out in the middle of the day. Say if you're 29 with your dick out in the car park in the middle of the day,
you're a mad bastard.
You're a chancer.
Yeah,
that's all it
gas
is.
Fucker.
30, criminal.
Yeah.
So I start to piss in the cup, but my jet is so strong. I don't mean to brag, but I have a very strong jet.
It was one thing, we lived together for a month in Edinburgh, and it was the number one thing I used to say most mornings. That man's jet is, I would say he's almost hydraulic. You'd never fear to be any staining in the toilet bowl, because if Shane would go in there, he would clean that bowl.
If nothing else, I have a very strong jet.
You have.
If nothing else.
That's going to be the title of today's show.
Strong jet.
Strong jet.
I'm going to put that in
That's your new
gig quotes. If you can get me that gig in Limerick, just Shane Todd in inverted commas, strong jet
jets.
himself. So I start to piss, but the jet is so strong that it comes back at me as if I was just pissing all over myself. Now, if I had to pull my jeans the whole way down, maybe around my ankles, it would have been fine because I could have just dried it on my skin.
Like you said,
but the piss is going
30
back
years of age
on
in a
the
car
jeans.
Yeah.
So,
beautiful.
you get me?
Yeah.
So I may as well just be pissing.
Yeah.
So I'm peeing into the cup. It's coming back at me. Then here's the next problem. I'm at capacity here. I have to stop mid piss, open the door, fire the cup
Jet
out,
is in the piss.
start again.
Yeah.
As I go to start again, there's a miscommunication
Between your hand and
my
the
brain
cup?
and my dick.
Okay.
And my brain's like, yeah, we're good, but we weren't good yet. I didn't have the cup in place yet.
Fuck.
So there's a little bit there.
Did you kind of piss all over the car as well?
No, I mean there was.
There was.
No,
In
not
around
there
the
wasn't
gear
any in the
stick and
car.
hand?
No. It was contained, but it was all contained around my crotch.
Okay.
So I may as well. I'd have been better just staying in the roadworks and just pissing.
There would have been less fucking chances of getting arrested.
Now, here's what I had to do. I could just go down, let it be dry by the time I get there. Probably got another 2 hours, 2.5 hours drive. But I think, what if I smell like
Pissy.
piss during it? So I stop at Kildare Village.
To buy a pair of trousers.
Yeah. €120 for the jeans. Cheapest jeans I could find.
Oh my
But I had to get boxers as well. €30. €150 cost. Pissing myself cost me €150. It's the most expensive mistake I've ever made. And I tell you what, I had shit at the gig. It was in my head. I thought these people were looking at me going, he probably pissed himself on the way down here. In fact, you know what was worse? It was a lovely gig, and everyone else was doing well, but I did all right, and that's way worse. I think I'd prefer to bomb than to
Absolutely,
do
yeah.
just all right,
Yeah.
because there's a suggestion that you might, because you get a wee bit of a laugh, and then you go, oh, they're coming back round, but it just stays at that level. I need to avenge that. So that was me basically saying I've started to do more gigs
Down south, yeah, it's great,
yeah.
great. I mean, that is a great opener, that piss story. Anyway, when you do come to Limerick, like, because that's a. The only thing I will say, Limerick people would really appreciate the piss story. They're a harder sort of people. Cork people can be a little bit frightened sometimes by things that aren't Cork, whereas Limerick, piss, isn't Cork.
That's why R. Kelly's never played in Cork.
Exactly. He was to do the marquee, but it was like, sorry, we can't have a man pissing all over. What? Is he been arrested, or what's the story?
I think he's arrested.
Finally, for pissing on children.
He was arrested, then he got out in bail, and now he's back in because he couldn't pay his bail, I think.
He couldn't pay his fucking bail?
No. I started a GoFundMe for him. No, I haven't. Imagine I had.
The link will be in the description here, guys. Just on Patreon for fucking R. Kelly.
Yeah, I just love performing and doing stand-up in places that I haven't really done it before.
Yeah.
And I think
that's why I'd love to do. We were talking, I'd Aaron on, and the idea of that Rathlin Island one that you did.
Oh yeah,
sounds amazing.
Yeah,
just so different.
So good. I'm not going to do that on this year's tour because I think a year in between would be good.
Yeah.
But I'm really trying to get a festival going there, which if I do, you'll be
outrageous.
Getting a shout. I think it'd be great
to do. That's like snowbombing or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yes, yeah.
Jesus, that'd be out on an island. Yeah. It'd be fucking gorgeous.
But traveling with stand up is just what I want to do. You're the same as me. I think we could go anywhere on the island of Ireland, and not Rathlin because there is only one place. But we could go anywhere, and it would be grand. You wouldn't have to change too much. No. I don't have much in my set that is just Northern Irish.
You don't. In fairness, yeah. Because
I can do it,
Because in my head, and I'm guessing this is every which way, but in your head you think, oh, that's a Northern Irish comedian.
Yeah.
The likes of yourself and Colin and Mickey, I don't. And Mickey can switch into the Northern Irish thing when he needs to.
Yeah, I think we all can and do, because sometimes you just need a few of those easy wins. But then Mickey's away every weekend playing random places in England.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he absolutely can turn it on, turn it off.
But I almost, because there's so many references, local references.
Yeah.
Do you know, there were so many definitive things, like just even fucking, like, letters of organisations that I've never heard of. I know. And it's like, oh, what about when the DBD was up on the do? And I'm going, lad, I've got to go on after this.
That's actually my closer for this tour show. MOT, you guys don't have the MOT, do you?
We have the NCT now.
NCT, because I used to have a bit about the MOT, and I did it the first time I did the international. I think enough people sort of knew what the MOT was.
Anybody over the age of 25 would get it, because it was called MOT, and then
right.
It was, but it was very sparsely done. It was it was any car over like 4 years, in between.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it got to a point. Some Spanish company opened up basically fucking plants and tied in with the Irish government, and basically just have the NCC centres everywhere.
Right.
And it's really strict now, so
it used to be like, give it a family friend.
Give it pretty
much.
Kick
it and
a
go,
garage could pretty much pass it. Go,
that's the way it is in England, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take it to mechanics.
Quite literally, and they go, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's grand.
Yeah.
I think we've never addressed, Shane, is the amount of fucking doppelgangers.
Oh my
Shane
God.
Todd. What are we all doing like?
Don't know. I just have a very plain face, I think.
Do you think is it a plain face?
I don't have I don't think anyway, I don't think I have a dominating feature. I don't have a very defined set of eyes. I don't have like a weird nose. Everything's just kind of fairly normal.
It's all perfect, Shane.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what it is. I just remember. Someone started it, sent in like some lookalike, some footballer, and then it felt like everyone had one they were sitting on and went, "Oh, I think you look like this person."
Even I found one. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, Shane.
Golovkin the boxer might be one of the number ones.
Oh, you could,
It's a big one, but I remember I was doing a gig in London, and I was trying to kill time during the day because I do what all Irish comedians do when they go to London, which is book the cheapest flight,
the red
which
eye
is
flight
at
at like
3 a.m.
Yeah.
And you don't know anyone in London, so you
Yeah.
walk about. And I remember just thinking, I could literally just walk about Oxford Street here and take pictures with guys who look like me, and I could have got about 30 or 40.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't do that because I thought it'd be weird.
I suppose you do have quite a Caucasian look. There's no
Yeah.
doubt. Like, you genuinely do, yeah.
Yeah, I look European, I think.
Yeah, but probably Northern European. Like, you wouldn't say you're there's no Latin in you, like.
No.
You know, because you are fair-haired and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there was a touch of a Viking somewhere.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But not the hairy ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. like royal Vikings.
Speaking of fucking royal, Jesus, yeah, only the other night. Oh, how did he do, William?
It was a weird one
It
because
was a fucking weird photograph. She's standing at the back like a good little wife, and you're kind of looking like the eyes I saw on you was like, I could bury him with like inside 30 seconds.
well,
Let me on the mic.
so
So just to put some context
Yeah.
on this for anybody who's going, what the fuck are
Yeah,
they talking about? If you would, please. The Empire the other night.
yeah, so
Great name for the situation that was going on.
Prince William and Kate. Is it? I don't know if Kate
Middleton
was
is all I
Princess
remember
Kate
her surname.
or- right. So I don't know a great deal about the royal family. All I know is the 2 times they've been over here, William and Harry. Someone from the government has asked me to go along and meet them or do
Makes you
something.
sound like James Bond or something. Somebody from the government.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not really.
Was it like Marie in The Office?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
shit, I was really hoping you were going to get like a royal seal and everything. And
Someone just comes to my window at night and
Parachutes
whispers in 5 o'clock tomorrow, tells me the location. No, it's
the eagle flies at midnight. What?
it's weird because I met Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and it was I don't like to go to things. I like to go out to do stand up or go watch stand up or go to watch football or play football. And outside of that,
get you.
I'm not someone. I don't really go to events if it's the launch of something or whatever. I don't like to do that just because I just.
Well, you
feel
take the
awkward at
piss
it. I
out of
don't
those
know.
kind of people.
Yes,
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean? You
exactly.
actually do characters of
Yes.
people who do that shit. So
Yes.
And
And
it
if
would
it-
be kind of
but if it-
self-destructive nearly if you were.
I mean, if it's something I had like some sort of link to, if it was
like
like
turning on the lights in Hollywood.
yeah,
That was big. Christmas lights in Hollywood.
yep, people are still talking
Wow.
about it. I mean, it's me that's still
Major
talking about it, but
jealousy.
I mean, I would go to. Don't get me wrong. If somebody was like, "Do you want to go to the launch of a new Nike football boot?" And
That's relative.
the original Ronaldo's going to be there. Yes, I'll go to that because I have an interest in that. But do I want to go to the opening of, a lettuce bar in Tomb? No, I don't. I don't know. I'm just weird about that because I think when you do stand up, people expect you to be funny, kind of off stage.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I like to just not do that. Really, I don't know. Anyway, I got asked if I would meet Prince Harry and Meghan Markle when they were over.
When was that? Last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was to talk about the art, so it was going to be me, an actor and a musician. Now, I did it because I knew the actor and the musician, so and also
Who were the actors and musicians? Was it like Jamie Dornan?
it was Sam from Two Door Cinema Club.
Okay, yeah.
And the actor's Marty McCann. Marty was in The Pacific, the Steven Spielberg thing. He was in The Fall. He's
Right,
been in
now I
a
know
few
who you're
Irish
talking
films
about,
as well.
yeah.
He's probably the best actor. I'd say the best actor in Ireland, and not just because he's a mate, but he's
Yeah, I know exactly who
he's
you're talking about.
serious, like. But it was Dave Elliott, my comedy partner, who said, go do this because there'll be material in it.
Of course.
And at the time, I didn't think there was because it was very awkward. But I got 15 minutes out of it for the last tour.
Brilliant.
So I got asked to go along this time, but they said, "Will you do stand up at it?" And it was just me.
What was it in the Empire?
They were like honouring Dame Mary Peters, and it was some youth charity thing, and they wanted me to kind of host it and kind of do a set.
Right.
And I knew it was going to be, but I knew people weren't going to be listening to the stand up.
Yeah.
But it was sort of grand. It was all right. It's just one of those things. I probably won't. It was dead on. I probably won't do anything like that again, just because.
Yeah.
It was
done.
fine for what. Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
Did they just then walk off stage and down and sit in the audience? Like,
No, they were watching, sort of half watching the set. Then they watched. I almost did like 3 5-minute sets.
okay, right, I'm with you.
And
yeah,
the
yeah,
actual material was, nobody was listening to that because I don't know. But see, once I started to do crowd work, that's when it got way better.
Okay.
But it still wasn't it didn't feel like a comedy gig. It wasn't popping off, but it was grand, you know. And
Imagine. You say, I just imagine like the whole place
Def
turned
Jam?
into like Def Jam. No, son. Like you went full
wearing
Bernie Mac. I ain't scared, you motherfuckers.
me wearing a Kangol hat,
Yeah.
a bucket hat,
The furry one.
big oversized leather jacket.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that vibe. It was very very Presbyterian tray bake vibe, you know. But so I had to introduce him then to do a speech, and then the reason everyone was I was standing on stage with them and everyone looked kind of awkward is because you really think about where you've got to stand and what way you should be looking and all that. So I just kind of stood back, you know. And
It sounds like almost no crack, Shane.
I wanted. Do you know what? It nearly was because it wasn't supposed to be, and then because I wasn't really getting a reaction, there was a voice in my head when I was doing stand up going, "Say something mental here."
Yeah.
And I started a bit of crowd work, and then I was getting too into it, and then I said, I was going to sound like shit now, but I said something like, I just met them. I was like, I just met them because everyone was looking at them. I was like, I actually just met them, and I was like, and they handled it very well. Yeah. You know, weak, but also on the night, all right. So I started this thing.
Exactly fitting for what was supposed to be. Yeah.
So then when I introduced him, I part of me was going, just have a bit of crack here.
Yeah.
But I sort of held back, and because there was a guy with a taser behind me, getting ready to stick it into my neck. But Prince William came on, and he had a pre-prepared speech.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm sure you don't want to hear me do a load of bad jokes." He goes, "Because you've had Shane here tonight." Now, he didn't mean it to be a mug off.
Yeah, but I'm hearing a totally mug off there. Like,
But it was he did some sort of pause in it, and it basically sounded like, "I'm not going to tell bad jokes because your man's been doing it."
Yeah.
Now, I then go, I'm supposed to just, when he wraps up, I don't get back on the mic, but I'm thinking, is this like 8 Mile a wee bit? Is this like 8 Mile a wee bit?
Yeah.
And the only thing I did was,
This is your B-Rabbit moment.
he was talking about honouring Dame Mary Peter, so he was like, we're here to honour someone from Northern Ireland. It's inspiration to a lot of people. And I took half a step forward. And only about 12 people saw it, but that was enough for me. That was enough.
Brilliant.
And then when we got off stage, I said, you shouldn't be here. No, I didn't. I said, leave this island. And I wrapped myself in a tricolour. No, I just don't want to.
He steps into his private chopper and goes, "No worries, fucker." You know what I mean?
I don't. Well, I've been saying that I don't want to get linked to these events. I don't want to be known as the guy who, Mr. Royal Family, because I'm not into the Royal Family. So what I've said is the next Sinn Féin or Daesh. I'm headlining.
Just to balance the books.
Yeah. And I'm going to learn Irish. I'm going to do it in Irish.
It'd be amazing. Like, wouldn't it? But do you know what? The weird thing is, like, have you ever been approached to write for anything?
No.
Because just you would be like, you were so funny writing for a fucking. Because you would have the inside track on things like just quaint little subtle things. I got asked to write for a UKIP MEP.
No.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I was gigging in Brussels, and this complete fucking savage. He was just a fucking headbanger, and he was their man on the ground, and him and his basically spin
English guy.
Yeah, Liverpudlian guy, just a fucking just a loudmouth fucking scum.
Yeah.
But I did it was a tough gig. It was because it was like there was about 20 nationalities in the audience, and a lot. Yes, they'd chosen to come to comedy, but there was no warm up. There was nothing. The guy went on stage and goes, "Hello, everybody. Just please welcome to the stage, Tom O'Mahony." Walked off, and you're like,
"Ideal, yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect in a pub.
Yeah,
they'd locked. You know what I mean? It wasn't even a second. It was but it worked out. It worked out fine. Once I found my feet, or what I was dealing with, I was able to a couple of callbacks, few kind of misinterpreted words that ended up playing funny on the people that did understand a bit English. But your man was. I had to be quite aggressive at the beginning because people were drunk. Like,
yes.
But your man comes up, he says, "I fucking love your stuff." He came out because he tied into a gang of, my brother-in-law was there, and he brought some of his friends.
And your brother-in-law's racist.
Completely. His Muslim wife was there too. No, he just tagged along. he seemed to be.
Get you.
They knew a couple of guys who all spoke English, were either from England or they were Irish guys and Northern Irish guys or whatever. And this guy just seemed to tag along some which way, and he was there in the gang. And they just thought he was funny.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like.
Yeah, and then you're like, good one, mate. Yeah, very good. You joker.
Brussels is living in a bubble anyway. Like
Yeah.
like the decisions that are made there don't affect there. They affect their home countries. So everybody's kind of going, it's all like they're all at college.
Right,
Do you know what I mean?
right.
It's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fucking mad, isn't it? And all these lads, most of them didn't work, like, they all work for fucking Japanese tech companies and stuff. They just base themselves out, and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like, so nothing affects them. So UKIP, they couldn't give a fuck, like,
Yeah,
but it was just, but he approached me after a couple of drinks. He says, listen, I'm serious. He brought over his Northern Irish, this guy ironically, his family had done time as being Republicans. I was like, should you two actually be friends?
Yeah.
Because you kind of don't. And he goes, listen, politics is all lies. We're all in it for the money, okay? I have I made it to like 14 in school, and I'm a fucking MEP in Europe, and after tax I make 140,000 euro. How do you think that happens? Because I hold grudges? No.
Yeah,
It's because we're all telling lies. And he said, we're just telling them really well. So, would you consider writing for me? And I'm like, speech writing, yeah. Now, it never came to pass because they did fine. They won, basically.
Yeah,
Set up and then they disbanded. But I had notions of, like, phonetically seeing could I fit in, like, phrases like Chucky Carlaw and stuff like that.
I mean,
with his Liverpudlian accent as well. Could I get it in there some which way, like,
I think, the idea of a politician who just was delivering, like, killer speeches.
Yeah.
That would be great. That would set you apart. So you imagine if like on those the reason those panel shows of politicians feel like they go on so long is nobody makes good points or nobody
smashes
ends them.
Yeah.
If you had someone just an absolute savage on there just roasting people, not even to do politics, just mugging people off. It'd be great.
It'd be amazing to see it in action. I know you take somebody like the top comedians, like, you know what I mean? People who this is all we do, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd smash them.
Oh yeah.
The dancing around that they do in the back and forth, you can see them getting caught behind the eyes, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Well, and they have a few get out of jail. Like,
yeah,
you're like, man,
yeah,
I could fucking smash you.
Do you remember in the Ali G film
when
he goes on and he's having the debate with a politician, and he says, "But what about you fucked a horse?" Remember, and the guy has like no response for it. Then it turns out he did. Like, just stuff like that, just going on and not sounding like a politician would get you elected.
It actually would. It actually would.
I've never thought about writing for anyone really because, I mean, I'll do what most comedians do and chat with my mates, and if we're throwing a bit of material about it, I might go, here, what about saying that? And the same, I have people who will say that to me, like watch new material and go, what about chucking that bit out and saying this? But I think I might just be a bit selfish with the writing. I think if I thought of something really funny for someone, I might keep it for myself.
I know what you're saying, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't it doesn't typically turn on me to go, hey, I was thinking of a thing last night. Do you want it?
Yes.
No, I have done that. And myself and Carl have swapped things. And there'll be a few times, especially new lads who are very nice. Like in Limerick now, we had 2 open mics the last night. And the 2 of them, they were just asking advice beforehand. I said, number one thing, don't go over.
Yeah.
Not because somebody's going to be shouting. It's because if you have 6 minutes, just do the 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And keep it in there. And they were so happy. The 2 lads came off at like 5 minutes 40 each.
Nice.
And they were just, boom, on money. And I was able to introduce them between Kevin Gilday and Joe Rooney. So, and I explained to the audience, because they're new to comedy too, a lot of them. I was like, so now you're getting to see the range. Think about what these lads are going through backstage right now. So give them loads of fucking love.
Yeah,
They're going to be here for... And they did. And the lads fucking loved it, And little things, like I was giving them just little critiques going, if you want this... Because both of them asked me, like, what? And I said, look, you've left way too much meat on the bone there with that. Like, but in time. But I do get sent the odd thing where you're like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what to do with this. Like, because you're kind of going...
I like it when new comedians want like, feedback on their set. I'm not someone who would never just go up to someone and go...
No, I would never do it unless I was asked. I would
like you say, when comedians come up, young, new comedians or whatever, come up and say, what do you think I should do with this or that? It's great, like, because as far as I know, no comedian will ever not give you advice or... Yeah,
I know one or two.
Yeah, of course. But,
Your average bloke is sound. They'll help you out.
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's nearly like... Because if you don't like to help somebody out, then there's something wrong with you. I think. Like, you have to be some sort of a lunatic if you're... if you want to give somebody a dig out, like, you know, if they're asking for it.
I've noticed some open spotters here. I don't know what the scene's like really with you, but I've noticed quite a few open spotters here are trying to jump too quickly.
Oh yeah, and would you believe it? I haven't been noticing it of late until the other night, because I had typically, this is not, I can say this to you because I would just rock up to the club because I don't have time to be there early, and I'm normally closing the show. Hey, how's it going, everybody? On, do the gig, gone. So I don't really have. I haven't been running into lads of late.
Yeah.
And the other night I got there early. It was a new material night, and myself and maybe one more established comedian, and there was these other lads who I'd never met. I had a vague memory of them, like, and they would seem polite enough, but the level of confidence was like this one chap. I think he's trying to redefine stand up or something. With how he was hosting the show. I was like, this is an established comedy club, and your man has you hosting. Okay, I've never heard. Fair enough. And he went on, and he was terrible.
Yeah.
But the level of confidence from the guy,
yeah,
was carrying him, and he was calling it like, so you're closing out Act 1, Tom? I went, Act 1?
He had an earpiece though.
You know,
they're telling me up in the gallery there, Tom, that you need to wrap it up.
Yeah, the 30 people, you know,
like,
are really.
We were talking about this a little bit beforehand, but I mean, back when you were like doing open spots and starting off, they were some of the best times.
Oh yeah.
Remember, if you're new and you go to a place and you kill it for 5 minutes and then pressure's off.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's people who are doing. There's some really, really good open spotters here, like really good.
Right.
But before they can really get the experience of that, they're doing 15s and 20s.
Yeah.
And it's not that they're not, and some of them are doing well doing it, but it's like, just take your time. You know,
that's the number one thing. Yeah.
That was a huge thing here. I think about 4 years ago, everybody wanted to do the hour-long show. Everybody wanted to do it, and it was almost a case of, you know, how quickly can I just do this?
Yeah.
And that's when you're motivated by how quickly can I do it. That's not going to be good.
That's exactly what I was saying to the two lads in Limerick. I was pretty much going, listen, lads, if for the next year you're only doing 5s, think about how tight. I gave him the explanation of Aaron McCann. I said, Aaron is probably doing comedy maybe 4 years, and then he went to America for a year, and the average spot he was doing was like, when he got out there for the first month, was 3s and 5s.
3, yeah.
And then 1s when he's doing 1 minute, 60 seconds on the Kiltonies.
Yeah.
Like, but he said it himself, he goes, it's now made me a complete fucking beast to be doing those, to go back even. You know, so I was explaining, I said, you will never go wrong by doing short sets.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It'll just build towards. But if you're just thrown in, I said, if you record, I said, do yourself a favor, set your phone to record, right? Go back afterwards, download Audacity for free, and count and see, can you cut out how many times you say the word and you will.
That was my worst thing.
You'll cut your set in fucking half.
Yeah.
And once all those go, because nobody, and I said, the audience won't realize why they're hating your set.
Yeah.
It's because you're saying a whole pile of fucking nothing.
Yeah, that was one of my bad habits.
Oh, everybody had. I cursed too much. I've had to pull back all the swear because it was just they were losing their impact.
I about 3 years into stand up, maybe more. I was just dying. Pretty 9 out of 10 times doing stand up for like a couple of years, and I was like, I've got to either change up what I'm doing or just stop doing this.
Yeah.
And one of the things I did was stop swearing. I was like, for a couple of gigs, I'll stop swearing.
Yeah.
And I did it, and then I haven't really gone back to it. I mean, it's weird. I do swear at my set, but you probably wouldn't think that I do, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'll
save it.
Yeah.
And if I have to, I will. And I'm not like against it. Like, the stand up I like is usually like rougher kind of.
Yeah.
But I just found that was something that helped me because I was focusing then more on the other words, you know.
And it loses its impact when you do want to land a good fuck.
Yeah,
it loses its impact, doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
So I was part, and I'm 9 years in, and I'm going, oh no, now I need to change that. Like, because I'm going grand, but I think it could be better. Do you know?
That's the thing as well of like, you know, those guys you were talking about asking for, you know, advice and evaluating themselves. I'm always doing that.
Oh yeah,
you know,
Jesus Christ! The second you think you're the finished article, you're certainly
there's no point where you go, right, this is it. You're always going, right, how can I improve this, or why am I doing that? And
well, here's the thing, like you found out? Like, when did you do the wonky donkey? Relatively recently,
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
and you ate a dick. Like,
Yeah.
so how long are you doing stand up? Over 10 years.
11 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
You ate a dick. There's nothing like putting you back in your box. You had to drive the whole way from Cork back to Belfast.
And I was only doing 15 minutes, so I should have, I was doing greatest hits material. I was doing. I always worry when you say greatest hits material because you know what I'm talking about, but I worry when people hear that they think that you're saying this is the best stuff you'll ever hear. I just mean tried and tested stuff.
Yeah.
So I had no excuse. I wasn't trying new stuff. I just had a real bad gig, and then I had to drive home for 4.5 hours, something like that. But I get something out of that. I definitely get something out of that.
Totally. Like, I mean, I did a gig here a couple of weeks ago and I talked about it on the podcast, and I was so looking forward to it because it was Dave's gig.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the venue had hijacked it with a bunch of PSNI officers.
Right.
And it was just right up there. Coincidentally, I hadn't had a bad gig since last October, which was actually in the Garda College.
Right.
Templemore. And prior to that, I hadn't had a bad gig.
Yeah.
But these were two absolute dick suckers, like. And straight away you're driving away going, okay, that was a terrible gig, but
the thing,
it's a reality fucking check too, like.
To me, the thing that makes stand-up so exciting is the threat that it could go really badly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I get off on. That like this could turn at any point.
You dodged a bullet if you fucking if you have a good gig.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I've been lazy with my writing the last couple of months.
It's tough to find. Like, I've only started finding a method again because I'd kind of lost the method of actually finding any inspiration because I was just so tired from doing other stuff. Like, but I've now started slowly but surely starting to go, okay, so I do actually need to find a quiet space in the fucking house for a minute.
Yeah.
I love when the hand dryer goes off. Great.
I just don't. I literally. I think it's because I don't have an excuse now. We've got a wee bit of office space. We've got it done to the way we want it. I've got the time. I think because of all that, I'm not doing it.
Oh yeah,
you're
under no pressure. Yeah.
But yeah, I love doing new stuff all the time. I love doing new stuff.
There's such pride in it coming off. Like, even if it doesn't come off, it's
yeah.
like, do you know what? I said it.
Oh yeah,
I said it.
And I have bits that I'm doing now that aren't killing. They're going okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing them. But I'm enjoying them that much that's in.
Oh yeah. We met prior to us living in Edinburgh for a month.
Don't think so. Maybe.
We lived in 2013.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I think it was 2013.
My short-term memory's good and my long-term memory's good, but my medium memory is shit.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm kind of with you on that one, yeah.
I don't know years. People go 2009. Off the top of my head.
I threw 2013 out there, Shane, hoping you would correct me.
I don't know if 2013 was 20 years ago or 2 years ago. I really don't. That's...
Do you know what you hear?
Once the millennium hit, I'm done.
These old rockers, like on Joe Rogan and stuff, going, yeah, 1974. I was like,
what the fuck?
Did you you have somebody prompting you?
Yeah,
because
time traveler.
I can't even tell people the year I left school. I don't fully know.
No, same.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but we lived. But you got me utterly addicted to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Edinburgh Fringe Festival, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Sean Hegarty, our mutual friend, was kind of sorting accommodation. I was going over, he was going over. He knew you.
Yeah.
And he said,
the show, myself and Sean.
He said, he's kind of like, in Jack and the Beanstalk where he sells the magic beans. He goes,
yeah,
we've got accommodation. And I said...
And technically he did have a roof over our heads.
Yeah.
Now, you got the short straw out of everything, I think.
There was no false advertising. He said, I've got us a place, and he had us a place. Now, he said, Tom O'Mahony's going over as well. I said, I'm out. But when he showed me the price, I went, yes. Because as you know, I love the royal family. It's just because of where you're from. It's nothing personal. But I thought, all right, I can do this. And he said, Tom's bringing his girlfriend, he's bringing his partner down. We're going to give them the bedroom. You and I are going to have the living room. But it's a big living room, sofa bed. And at that age, I was like, yes, no problem. Yeah. Now, fast forward now, and I wouldn't entertain staying with any other comedian.
No.
I got to stay by myself. But...
And as things go, we were lucky enough that we were relatively clean people.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you know?
With good etiquette.
Etiquette. Now,
so we got there, and it was in like a nice part of Edinburgh.
Listen up, people. This gets deeper.
Nice part of Edinburgh.
Lovely part.
Nice flat. Couple of days for the Fringe. Sean goes, now I'm skint at this point. I'm like still like a student, I think. Sean says, we could cut our costs down here big time. And I said, Sean, I'm not going back into the game. And he said, not that. He said, there's a 55-year-old.
Daddy for the rest of the month. Yeah.
He said, there's a magician here. And the only thing he couldn't magic himself was fucking clean. Right? This guy mugged us off big time. But I thought there was another bedroom. Oh, no. In the living room, it was me, Sean, and this
Wes.
55-year-old magician called Wes.
From Canada, who never washed.
The three of us living in a living room. And you were all right. You know, you had the
We had
bedroom.
a grand.
But then things, and I was okay with that. I was like, I can cope because at the Fringe, you're not in your accommodation all the time.
No.
Then someone told me that they'd seen a mouse
Yeah.
in the flat somewhere, and that immediately set me off. My asthma came back for the first time in about 6 years. I'm going, oh no, I'm not good with stuff like that, you know.
I noticed there was genuine fear in your eyes.
Like I'd be happier if it was like a lion or a tiger or something, and I could maul it and kill it. But with something small, I probably couldn't catch it. I get freaked out by stuff like that, mice, rats, anything like that. So I couldn't relax. Now I'm also there with a 55-year-old magician, and I'm like, what's he doing to me in the middle of the night? What's he doing to me in the middle of the night? To my magic circle, you know. I was just worried, like really worried, and
you moved into the kitchen.
In protest, I moved into the kitchen. The kitchen floor was the same size as my body, plus an inch either side. And the saddest sight is at the Edinburgh Fringe. People were like, "What's a Fringe like? Is it brilliant?" If you open the door to our kitchen, the floor's just me. It's just me. There's no other space. Like a coffin, because I couldn't go on the side.
Forgetting about it a few times. They'd open the door, and Shane his eyes would light up in the dark. Like, sorry, Shane, I'd have to close.
Oh, it's so bad. Then
Just the smell.
Then a comedian from home called Lauren Kerr came over, and Lauren goes, "Do you have Fringe accommodation?" I said, "Yeah, we have a bit of a mad situation, but you can just like crash in with us somewhere, just like buy a sleeping bag or whatever." So she stayed, and then I got a text from her the first morning she stayed there. She was in the living room, I'm in the kitchen, and Wes and Sean, I think they might not have been there that night because there was a couple of nights Wes went somewhere, wasn't there?
Yeah.
He had gigs somewhere else in the
He
UK.
also had a storage locker down the road where he kept all the toilet roll for his act.
That's right.
He went through about 20 toilet rolls during his
And
act.
that's all you need to know, right, for his
He had
act.
a Hoover and a toilet roll and a lot of toilet rolls. That was his act.
So he was away, and Lauren stayed in the living room. I'm in my coffin in the kitchen. And in the morning, I woke up to a text, and she's like, "Hey, I'm at the McDonald's around the corner. Give us a shout when you're up." And I got dressed, went around like 10 to 7 in the morning, and she was there looking traumatized. And she said she went in the middle of the night because she heard scurrying to wake me up. She opened the door to the kitchen, and there was a mouse on my forehead.
No!
And when I heard
On
that,
your forehead?
when I heard that, I just freaked out, grabbed my stuff, as if like I was fleeing an abusive husband in the middle of the night. I went in and out, just grabbed my stuff,
Tina Turner.
threw it in. Yeah, getting away from Mike. I got away from there. And I went and stayed with FNT, the sketch group.
Oh, yeah.
For a while.
Diona was part of that at one stage.
Yeah. Loads of people
yeah.
that are doing stand-up now and stuff, but they had a big place. Went and stayed with them. There was too many of them. The girl that I was doing the Edinburgh show with, Rebecca, she said, "Oh, you know," she was like drama school English kind of.
She was very, 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 very posh.
She
Wasn't
was,
like,
yeah, but and like kind of lovey-ish,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean, in that sort of way. She was like, "Yeah, just come to our place." She was living with 3 male comedians. She was like, "You can stay here," but she hadn't like thought of
choice.
yeah.
Right.
So I got there. I was to stay in the living room on a airbed, and it was a nice apartment, the Royal Mile. I thought, bingo, this will do me. You know, I'll pay them, obviously, no problem. And it became clear that like one of the acts she was living with, he was trying to win the Fringe Award.
Okay.
So the living room was like his like base with all these guys, and they were like, you know, cutting out reviews to stick onto things, and then they just had this wee fella lying in the corner, and they didn't like it. So I can't remember what I did.
I think you came back. I have a funny feeling you came back because I know you were, Tom, I'm fucking out of here. These mice
Yeah.
are fucking doing my head in. And
Yeah.
I remember twice me ringing and Natasha ringing this estate agents.
Yes.
To hoping to get a different person, but it wasn't. It was a different person each time. And every person in the estate agent went, Yeah, it's Edinburgh.
Yeah, that's
It's
Edinburgh.
old as
Yeah.
fuck. Either get on with the mice or don't.
Yeah.
Because you're living with mice.
But yeah, fuck. I mean, I think I was at that age where it was okay. I didn't care really too much. You know, I still had a good time at the Fringe.
Yeah.
But the last 2 times I went a couple of years ago, I just got myself a nice place.
Yeah, of course.
Way out of the centre, and I had a far better time.
Yeah, because as you get older, you need creature comforts and all
Oh
the rest.
yeah, I was living like I wasn't at the Fringe. I joined a gym round the corner. I was going there sometimes
Ironing
before
your
and
clothes
after
and shit.
shows. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Ironing, shopping at a wee co-op, making nice food, having a
Lovely.
good time.
Lovely.
It's a way to do it now.
It absolutely
I,
is.
I might be doing two days at the Fringe this year.
2
Are you
days?
going over? Yeah.
No, I won't, because we'll be rehearsing the entire month of August for this show that I'm doing, Defending the Caveman.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's
Oh, is that a play? I thought that was
no,
your
it's a one man
solo
show. It's a play.
Oh, cool.
It's a play. Yeah. Written now. They're allowing me to rewrite it, adapt it for me.
Yeah.
But it is a long running. It's still run like it just has a sold out run currently in the Dominican Republic and Iceland, and it continuously runs in Vegas.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's the longest running solo play in Broadway history.
Right.
Fucking thing won an Olivier Award and everything.
Unbelievable.
And here's me saying it's not good enough. I need to rewrite it.
Yeah. Let me sprinkle a bit of Honey Magic
There
over
you
the
go.
top of it.
So yeah, but amazingly, I'm going to actually be. It's sold like it's got nearly all the well-known kind of smaller theatres in Northern Ireland. Yeah, want it straight away. Could Cork or fucking any place down there tip? None of them.
You doing any near here?
Yeah. But I know
I'll come along.
I'm doing Oma. I'm doing Newtown.
Newton
Abbey.
See that theatre?
Yeah.
Best place I did in tour last year.
Go away.
25 dates or something. That was the number one. I remember getting there, doing the first minute of the show, and going, "Why am I not filming this show?" I couldn't have known beforehand. But,
Really?
Oh, incredible
I
place.
mean, there's a.
I'll go to that one. I'll go to
The
that one.
Northern Ireland one has but it's a great place. That's why fucking people actually go to fucking live performance stuff up here
Yeah.
far more than they do in towns in the south.
Yeah.
I don't know what like Wexford and Waterford, yes, but as soon as you go into fucking Cork, Kerry, Tipperary, Clare, nah, you couldn't hardly find a theatre. Let alone anything else.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe music is the thing. I don't know. But as far as performance goes, so I'm doing neither one of the two counties that I would be known best in.
Oh, okay.
But the other side of it too is that I probably have like if I look at my listenership on what you call it, it's neck and neck with Dublin and Belfast.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so
Is that from coming up and doing shows
I think
here?
because I'm probably the most frequent lad to come up here.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
for me, it's a good podcast length in a car. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
and
yeah.
to be honest with you, I've probably gone on. I actually do get on way better with the lads here, just because we're kind of on par. We've kind of all been. I just get the sound vibe here.
I don't know the scene in Dublin really
There
at
isn't
all.
there isn't a buddy scene for sure. There isn't a buddy scene at all.
I'd say that's nearly the best thing about here. I mean, bar Christian Talbot, that guy who,
is he still alive?
yeah, well, he was gigging here all the time. I think a lot of people had like a weird thing with him where he just sort of excommunicated people.
Of course he did.
And,
Yeah.
But see, bar that, I don't think I've ever fallen out with anyone.
No,
Ever.
I haven't fallen out. There's been no point where I went, "Fuck you,
But
man."
but there's literally no one who you wouldn't if you saw them at a gig or whatever, or you saw them before. You know, you could have dinner beforehand with every single comedian
Absolutely.
pretty much in
That's
the
why,
scene.
like, normally when I come up here, I normally come up early, and I was thinking, sure, great, haven't met Shane in ages. Let's do a podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
and there's no. I wouldn't say there's no rivalry because of course there is when you all do the same thing. But even in the lads you would know better, my sort of close friends in stand up, of like Colin, Mickey, Dave, Rory, Aaron, Kieran. There's obviously playful rivalry to an extent.
Yeah.
But when you see someone like Mickey doing his Austral shows, Colin doing SSE Arena, it's nothing but like, yes, mate. You know, it's totally like.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, straight away, we're all sharing. And I would feel more connection to you than I would.
Yeah.
Now, it's nothing against. It's just whatever it is, the way. There just doesn't seem to be a community. And I wish there was.
Yeah.
Like, the Laughter Lounge is a lovely place to play. Lovely. Holly, they allow me to record a podcast in there and stuff like that. It doesn't seem. I don't know. There just does. Maybe it's just a pure expanse of it.
Is there my impression of Dublin is there's loads and loads of comedians.
Yeah. There
that maybe has something to do with it. I think
But
I would say the pound for pound quality of comedians here is really, really, really
You're
strong.
talking about the lads' weight now just because you're thin. Is that what you're doing?
Well, that is kind of true as well.
Some big units up here.
Not many runners, you know what I mean? Comedians run might consist of me.
Do you know what? We've done an hour. I won't take any.
Have we actually?
Yeah, we have done it. Do you want to, for
As long
those
as
that
you want.
may or not have, do you want to, when's your tour kicking off? You're doing the waterfront anyway, which is the big, exciting one. Like.
Yeah, it's the biggest one I've ever done.
That's
It's
amazing.
around the corner from here, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's always one of those ones where I always have the same thing where I do a venue and then go, right, that's it. You know, this big enough. And then I go, all right, well, I wonder what that's like.
Yeah.
And this was the one where in my head I went, nah, not going to happen. And now I've gone, yeah, okay. You know, so...
Yeah, you
But-
bit the bullet now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't wait. So tour starts sort of middle of August and goes on till October. So it's sort of 2 months. And I'm doing it quite intense this time because last year the tour was too spread out. This year it's more back-to-back shows, which
That's
is what
the
I
job.
which is what I prefer. So I'm sort of as many places in Ireland as possible.
Brilliant stuff. Shane Todd Comedy. ShaneTodd.com.
ShaneToddComedy.net.
.net.
.net, yeah.
Is that a kind of a... That's a bit Presbyterian, isn't it?
Yeah, yes it is. .dup is the only thing that could be more Northern Irish than that. But yeah, down south I'm doing Dublin, Galway in some capacity, maybe hopefully do a show at the festival, and Dundalk.
I'm hopefully going to do another barbecue at the festival this year
Yeah,
again.
that was great.
Yeah,
Well, I have to apologise for that because I don't know whether you put them on just for me, but you were doing sausages, then gluten-free sausages.
we did. We bought them purely for you.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I'm strictly no dairy,
Yeah.
but gluten, most of the time I won't have it.
We were playing it safe because we were kind of going, is it dairy? Is it allergic?
So I'd eaten 2 big sausages before Natasha said, "Are you going to have? We've got gluten-free sausages for you," and I was stuffed, and I had to go, "Thank you," and then eat 3 more sausages, and I had to go to intensive care that night.
Well,
But it was,
that's a sign of a good man.
it is.
You were a good man.
Yeah. I will eat
I
sausages
was
for
laughing because as I was driving up, I got the last message, or I messaged you the other day, and the last message that I saw that I sent you, or that you had sent to me was, and I kind
you.
of
Mouse
said back,
exclamation mark.
it was from October at the festival in Galway, and it was like, is there any dairy in those ribs, Tom?
yeah.
And my final, fuck no.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I can't relax until I know stuff like that.
But it was, if anybody had taken a screenshot of that and gone, what the fuck are you two
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about? Is there any dairy in those ribs?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's stick a fork in it. Shane Todd, thank you very, very much.
Cheers. Thank you very much for having me on.
I'll put the link of Shane's website in this, shanetoddcomedy.dup. And I'll be pushing it when we do get your dates for when you're down south.
Cheers.
I'll be pushing that one.
Good luck
Right.
for the show tonight. Although I was going to MC, but also I got slide robes. I don't want to brag, but I got slide robes in my house today. You know,
Wow.
Open
So
it.
that was enough of excuse not to actually MC for me.
So
So,
I'm
you put
I'm-
some young fella on to host here at the
yeah,
fucking.
I'm
Great.
going home to open and close. Well, yeah, I've got a young. I have a few. Let's just say a few boys on the scene. You know, like the Artful Dodger. I got a few boys in comedy that I can stick.
I
on.
just imagine you with fingerless gloves, like just going around. Got to pick a pocket. Thanks, Shane.
Cheers, Tom.
My thanks to Shane. Fair fucking play. That was a great one. Like that. Follow him on all platforms. He's a tour coming up, obviously. So just get along to. What did he say his website was? I'll put it in the link in the description of this anyway. So don't worry too much about it. If this is your first time, hit subscribe. Give us an old rating as well on whatever podcast app allows you to rate, whether it's iTunes or the Podbean or whatever it is. And why not share it? Bring the fucking family out. Spread it out. Spread the good news. Don't forget to give a gander to Patreon if you do want to catch up on that other stuff, you know what I mean? Some of the back catalogue stuff, some of the stuff, the exclusivity that other people won't get. It's there for you. And TomO'Mahony.com/gigs. We'll find out any gigs that are coming up. There's a good raft of them there at the minute. Also, if you want to follow me on any social platforms, Tom O'Mahony Comedy, will find all of them really, bar Chatty Snaps, which is Tom Bear O'Mahony. I will answer you. So make sure and send me on plenty of stuff from your drinking and your having the crack on where you're listening to the podcast. Give us an old fucking screenshot of it and send it on to me on any of those platforms, and I'll repost it. Good on you. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you again on Tuesday.